Unfortunately, animals have a knack for putting themselves in dangerous situations. Because they are constantly in search of food or simply just curious, they often place themselves in compromising positions. If you want to see what happens when animals get too close to electric power, sit tight as we look at the top 45 moments when animals were electrocuted. Number 45. All these goats had a habit of running off into the fields, so the owners of this little farm had an electric fence installed, and now the goats get a small shock that tells them to stay within the boundaries of the fence. Even the cat is following the rules. Number 44. A monkey's curiosity almost gets it killed when it is electrocuted and falls to the ground. The monkey can be seen on the ground semi-conscious. For some reason, people put sand on the monkey and leave him there. Perhaps it is to cool off his body. Number 43. No, this squirrel is not practicing a trapeze act for the circus. This little guy gets the shock of his life when he makes contact with an electric fence. I'm surprised it didn't send him flying. I guess the shock is strong enough to discourage the squirrel from staying there, but not dangerous enough to knock him out. Number 42. You can see how close this little bird is to being zapped, and when he is, he just disappears. I guess there's only one thing to say. Beam me up, Scotty. Number 41. Saying this spider got the shock of its life is an understatement. The spider was evidently roasted by the shock and died. Number 40. When a wasp lands on an electric fence, he's almost shocked to death. Even though the insect is still alive, I don't think it's going to be for very long. Number 39. Here is a goat that tries its luck with an electric fence, but the second it touches the fence, it runs off and bounces up and down, hitting all sorts of things, moving as far away from the fence as possible. I guess that couldn't have felt good. Number 38. A determined young adult black bear sneaks past an electric fence drawn by the sweet aroma of honey. The entire episode was captured on security and trail cameras after returning 2 more times. You can see the bear trying to move the container, which causes him to get too close to the fence and take a shock. He runs off faster than he came in. The big guy returns only to be disappointed again. I guess this fence is effective and prevents pests like bears and other animals from stealing valuable merchandise. Number 37. This dog is curious and wants to get across so he can play with the cows. But the second he touches the fence, he runs the other way. I guess he finds out the hard way that cows are not to be spoken to. Number 36. These people grew tired of their vegetable garden being raided by a giant moose, so they installed an electric fence. And when the moose went to get his morning snack, the snack didn't taste so good. I must say, it electrified him. Number 35. This chimp is looking for trouble when he decides to take a walk on the wild side. He manages to get to an electric pole before being zapped and weakened by the shock. He tries to hang on, but eventually drops to the ground where city officials and ambulance wait to catch and rescue the chimp. Number 34. This squirrel is not a flying squirrel, but that's what it looks like when he gets zapped and takes a plunge to the ground. Squirrels are probably the animals that walk on electrical cables and climb electric poles the most, so this puts them at risk of receiving a deadly shock. I once saw a squirrel get roasted by a shock and died instantly, falling off the roof. I could see him decompose from my bedroom window during the following months. Number 33. These birds meet at the top of an electric pole, but one of the birds is unlucky and gets zapped. The bird falls to the ground and the person filming approaches it. The bird is stunned but still alive, and after a few seconds it even manages to fly away. I hope it learned its lesson. Number 32. What happens when a bear plays around with an electric fence? In this case, the fence wins and the bear runs to Mama with his tail between his legs looking for hugs. Number 31. A curious baboon approaches a fence he wants to climb. But what he doesn't know is that the fence is alive, and he finds out quickly that it also bites. As soon as the baboon begins to climb, he is zapped and runs off in the other direction. However, another baboon is seen climbing and crossing to the other side without a problem. Number 30. This poor horse got too close to an electric fence, and when the fence zapped the beautiful animal, he ran like the wind, away from the fence. Number 29. A snail approaches an electric fence with caution, but will that be good enough? We can see the snail's reaction when he gets shocked. He moves his head back in disgust. Number 28. Pigs are intelligent animals, and it won't take time before they learn the consequences of touching an electric fence. But this little pig touches the fence inadvertently and runs off after he does. This is a small enclosure, so it's not easy to stay away from the fence. Number 27. This man kept losing fish to a raccoon that was snatching them out of the water. Hence, he got an electric fence installed. And instead of shocking the fish, the raccoon was shocked by the fence.